Did the alluring scent of cloves and nutmeg truly topple an empire? We've long been told that the insatiable European hunger for spices bled the Ming Dynasty dry, ushering in an era of decline. But what if the truth, like the finest saffron, is far more nuanced, far more complex than we've been led to believe? What if the spice trade, instead of being the sole executioner, was merely a symptom, a fragrant mask concealing a deeper, more insidious ailment festering within the very heart of the Dragon Throne? Prepare to question everything you thought you knew about the fall of the Ming. But before we unveil it, what's your gut feeling? Subscribe to uncover the full story. But were spices alone truly responsible for bringing the Ming Dynasty to its knees? While the allure of cloves and nutmeg often takes center stage, a far more intricate economic reality lay beneath the surface. Picture, if you will, a kingdom not simply fragrant with exotic aromas, but inundated with silver. Initially reliant on paper currency, the Ming Dynasty found itself crippled by hyperinflation as the 15th century progressed. Silver rose to become the new economic lifeblood, and in 1571, Manila emerged as the pivotal gateway. It became a crucial conduit for silver flowing from the Americas, carefully channeled through Spanish hands, into the insatiable Chinese market. The single whip reform of the 1570s further cemented silver's dominance, mandating its use for tax payments. From the legendary Potosi mines in Spanish America to the industrious Iwami Ginzan mines of Japan, an estimated 150,000 tons of silver flooded into China between 1500 and 1640. Chinese merchants flocked to Manila, eager to exchange silk and porcelain for the gleaming metal arriving on the Manila galleons. But this reliance proved a dangerous gamble. When silver supplies dwindled in the 1630s, deflation gripped the empire. The price of rice soared, and as one chilling account recalls, people resorted to cannibalism. However, the allure of silver masked a deeper malaise. Even as precious metals flooded the empire, internal rot was taking hold, a silent killer eroding the foundations of power. Rampant corruption, particularly among the eunuchs, festered like a hidden plague, its tendrils reaching into every corner of the court. Some amassed fortunes rivaling the imperial treasury itself, wielding power that eclipsed even seasoned ministers, their influence a venom in the veins of the nation. Meanwhile, the Ming war machine sputtered and coughed, its once formidable strength diminished. Soldiers went unpaid, their equipment in tatters, leaving the dynasty vulnerable to threats both within and without. The costly three great campaigns of the Wanli Emperor, though initially marked by victory, bled the treasury dry, a wound that refused to heal. But the silver shimmered, a fragile beacon against gathering shadows. Even as the spice trade and fiscal mismanagement gnawed at the foundations of the Ming Dynasty, a far more relentless enemy emerged: nature itself. The Little Ice Age descended upon China, its icy grip tightening with each passing year. The ancient trees bore witness, their rings whispering tales of plummeting temperatures from the dawn of the 17th century. Growing seasons, particularly in the crucial northern grain belt, withered and shrank. Harvests dwindled, leaving famine to stalk the land like a relentless predator. The Great Ming Famine was no longer a distant threat, but a horrifying reality. Rice prices, the lifeblood of the nation, soared in some regions, tenfold as the gnawing emptiness in countless stomachs fueled a desperate, volatile rage. Natural disasters, from devastating droughts that scorched the earth to relentless floods that swallowed entire villages, compounded the misery, pushing the peasantry to the brink of utter despair. And from that brink, a spark ignited, a flame of rebellion that would consume the empire. The Li Zicheng Rebellion, fueled by famine and government neglect, swept across the land like a wildfire. Li Zicheng's promise to equalize the land and abolish grain taxes resonated with the starving masses, offering a glimmer of hope in the encroaching darkness. In 1644, his rebel army stormed Beijing, delivering the final, fatal blow to a dynasty already crumbling from within. The silver may have shimmered, a glittering distraction, but it couldn't buy loyalty or stave off the inevitable collapse. The spice route a tempting shortcut to understanding a dynasty's fall. In conclusion, while the spice trade undoubtedly played a role, attributing the Ming Dynasty's collapse solely to it is a gross oversimplification. A confluence of factors: economic instability fueled by silver dependence, internal corruption, military decline, natural disasters exacerbated by the Little Ice Age, and ultimately, widespread famine and rebellion all conspired to bring down the Dragon Throne. The spice trade was merely one thread, albeit an alluringly fragrant one, woven into a far more complex and ultimately tragic tapestry of decline. Having explored how the commonly accepted narrative of the spice trade directly causing the Ming Dynasty's collapse is an oversimplification, examining other significant contributing factors, and challenging the simplistic cause-and-effect relationship, what other historical events do you think are often attributed to a single cause when the reality is far more multifaceted? Share your thoughts in the comments below.